With 5 red lights. No formation lap. It's lights out and away we go. I believe it is Marcos away from pole position. Can Alex challenge him into turn 1? He's going to give him a lot of room down the inside. It's Marcos round the outside as that's Yannick getting in the mix up into P2 as it's Alex down to P3. Felix down the inside. Can he make that work? I don't think he can. We've got cars all over the place as it's Felix round the outside of Alex there. Hugo is out the session. Moraine struggling down into P8. Meanwhile, we watch Felix and Alex side by side down the straight as it's going to look to be Alex. If he can make a move down the inside of Brooklands, he can. He's going to have the inside line. He'll force Felix out, and that's good defensive move. Tyler keeping the two of them honest, followed by Raul, who's got up into P6. Moraine down in P7. Then it's Yanni, Ugaitz, Steve. Meanwhile, someone's off, I believe. Oh, that is
Duke,
yeah, Tyler. Off through Maggots, through Chapel, I believe that is. And further back, this is Ugaitz and Steve. The Toro Rosso down the inside, can't make it work, unfortunately. As Alex closing back up to to Yannick, and DRS is enabled. Marcus, another fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Mercedes looking strong at the minute, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, Marcos, he's had an incredible start so far. He's already eked out about 2.5 seconds to second place, so he's definitely going to be conserving the tyres as much as he can because he's got a comfortable lead at the moment. Well, if you're on the softs, you'd probably want to go on to maybe another set of softs and then mediums for the end, or switch it around. I think the hard tyres would be a really bad option because they're not really much use around this track, so I think it would be either 2 sets of softs to medium or soft, medium, soft.
Alex in the Mercedes as Yannick does find himself slightly wide through turn number 3. That's going to put Alex right onto the back of him. And whether he'll be able to make a move or not, we will see soon. Alex does pull out to the inside and down the inside of Brooklands. He goes. Yannick's going to be around the outside, so if he can hang it, he'll have the inside through the long right-hander. If he can keep it on the inside, that's what he does. He gets the traction planted. And I believe he's just losing out slightly to Alex, but Alex does have the outside line, which will not benefit him. Round Cops, it's side by side through Cops, and round the outside goes Alex. That's an incredible effort, and Yannick's been taken out. I believe he got hit there by Felix, as Raul is going to make his way around the outside of Maggot. So Raul taking great advantage of that up into P3. It's a Mercedes 1-2 at the expense of Yannick. In the wall. That is a shame. I believe he's lost his, a lot of front wing.
I just caught Yannick spinning around, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few stern words at the end of the race.
I can imagine.
After that one, there's going to be a lot of arguments about that one, because obviously Yannick's not going to be the happiest.
Of course, running up in a podium place.
As he's taken quite a big loss out of that.
Felix is looking down the inside of turn 1. That was very risky. Meanwhile, Steve, currently holding P2, you'd reckon Steve would go on to the super soft, the soft, sorry, at the end, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think Moraine is doing a sort of reverse strategy to Steve at the moment.
To the pits, and yes, Marcos does pit. So welcome, Marcos, this is the pits. And you'd reckon that he'd go on to the end on a set of mediums. Meanwhile, the swapping between Raul and Alex as we go down the main straight now. Yana sets the fast lap of the Grand Prix for Sauber as through turn 1 the two get very close. Mercedes and Ferrari, what we saw in the real life 2018 season. Time management obviously crucial. Alex on his fresh softs compared to the fresh mediums of Raul, the two Spanish men. Side by side, there's nearly a little bit of contact for the two of them as they go round Luffield and through Woodcut. Raul does squeeze out Alex, but Alex tucks back into the slipstream, and can he make a move down the inside of Cops? This will be quite an impressive move if he can. There's very nearly contact, but positions stay as they are. And just to check it isn't a glitch on my screen, Alex is on the softs, isn't he? With you?
He's on the hard tyres on my
He's
screen.
on the hards, is he? Right, okay, so ignore what I've been going on about alternate strategy. It's it's tricky trying to commentate, and that's why we have everyone's favourite Scottish commentator, Ryan, to be with us.
Indeed, yeah.
Inbox, and towards this we have another yellow flag. Talking about rookies, that's you guys, I believe, is that how you say his name? In the wall through maggots. The Toro Rosso diving into the pits for a new front wing and a new set of tyres whilst he's there. But yeah, I think he's done a good job as Felix now goes for a move round the outside. There's a little bit of contact there. Felix is turned round, hit him in the Red Bull. I believe there's a little bit of contact there also with Alex's front wing. That's going to be a big talking point after the Grand Prix has finished. But Red Bull spun round through Beckett's, and he's down into P7. If he does, Raul's out the session. That's
connection problems, maybe?
Everyone's experiencing connection problems at the minute. Meanwhile, Steve into the pits on softs. So as we enter the final third, nearly, of the Grand Prix, Ferrari team back into their garage. Thankfully, no broken legs this time. Yeah, so Raul dropping back, but I believe I think Raul's back in the car. Yes, that's one thing that I haven't picked up on. Raul has control again, which is good. Too much of an ass. Meanwhile, this is Steve down the inside of Cops. A little bit of contact there between the two drivers. But Jarno's going to tuck into sight in behind, and in my idea, probably a smart move as I watch from this beautiful helicopter shot. But less about the past and more about the present. Marcos has dominated this race, led almost every lap through the final corner. He's going to say thank you very much, and that's P1 for Marcos. Mercedes win in Brackley, not in Brackley, in Silverstone. As Steve is up ahead of Alex. I haven't covered that as Moraine gets through into P2. Steve has managed to grab a podium right at the last. I checked the gap before it started. There's a little bit of contact there between the two. There's more contact! As that could be interesting between the two of them. Naughty.
My God.
Steve
He still got it though.
Does get P3 due to penalties, but we may have to look at that after the race. Felix comes home in P5. After Jarno sustains more penalties down into P6. Then it's going to be Raul, Karim, Yannick, and then you guys to finish off the race. But wow, a very interesting end. And I did check the gap as we went on to the final lap. I believe it was 2.8 seconds between Alex and Steve. So Steve's made an incredible effort on that last lap to close that gap. Anyway, it's Mercedes on the top step of the podium for the first time in over a season. And for the first time since I can't remember when, we have 3 different teams on the podium. Future Ryan, I want to thank you for being here over the course of the 3 live streams we've done today. Apologies for the issues. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday night, or whenever you're watching this. And join us next week. Is it Bahrain next week? I think it is Bahrain.
I think so, yeah.
And if we think back to last year, Felipe won the race from last on the grid.